Welcome to ShoZEN Infinity. What I want to talk about is something called the Mudflood theory. Even though it's called a theory, there's actually quite a lot of substantial evidence to back this up and suggest such a thing. The theory is on the basis that wherever you go, wherever you look all across the world, you find old world architecture, buildings, monuments, structures either totally encased in mud, hidden and buried, or just covered with mud. So this bears a question: where did this mud come from, or how did this mud get there in the first place? And when you turn towards the mainstream history of things, the explanation of this mud seems a bit wishy-washy, and for most of the time mainstream history doesn't even mention such a thing. With the help of photographic advancement and technology, we can now see into the past and see that many places were in fact encased and covered with mud for some reason. This is very much alternative explanation for history, and there also seems to be quite an assertive effort from historians to not cover this. The history of the human species is very, very important, because we need to know where we came from and what happened in order for us to evolve and improve collectively. A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. Marcus Garvey. What got me into looking into this theory is that when travelling around, you usually see in many major cities of what we call mudflood buildings. It's usually characterized with buildings that have basements that have windows and doors under the ground level or street road level, which is strange because you don't really understand why they did this, and there isn't much explanation either. The weirdest part about it is that many of these buildings have windows sticking out the ground level, but not even in full, so there's only a little bit of the top part sticking out, and there's no logical explanation why someone will build a basement like that and include a window that's sticking out and sometimes even covered afterwards with bricks. The question must be put: why did so many people in the past build their houses, residential or otherwise, below ground level? Perhaps what we perceive as the basement or entrances below ground level were the original entrance to the building. Surely it would have been more easy for the people in the past to just build from ground level up. Not to even mention the effort and time and technology involved in the timeline given by mainstream history for them to accomplish such feats. They would have had to dig out loads and loads of mud or soil or ground to lay the basements in. They would have had to do this for every single street. Yet they did not possess automobiles and technology such as the digger. It's definitely a manageable thing to do, but it is even time consuming for modern times, let alone in the past. In terms of the theory, it is still very highly debated. What actually happened? Why was it worldwide? If there's anyone to blame for this, so who? what caused this event, or events, like a chain of events. Whether it was man-made or a natural thing. Was it cyclical, meaning that it might happen again in the near future, perhaps? When did this mud flood happen? Was there one great mud flood, or was there many little ones that occurred in different places, countries and cities? Many have said that it was like a reset of some sort, from old world to the new world, from the destruction of Tartary or Tartaria. Some theories to consider about it was caused by something called soil liquefaction, which is where a very high magnitude earthquake or a series of earthquakes which causes the soil to lose its strength and stiffness due to the heavy shaking from the earthquake, which in turn makes the soil act like a liquid. Land and mudslides could also occur due to some kind of earthquake. Or flooding with actual mud from heavy rain. Some other ones suggest sunspot activity, which changes the earth and its activity, and volcanic activity is specific, which causes eruptions and changes the climate that ultimately led to this mud flood, with the volcano's ashes covering an entire city nearby. Another one that you hear about is that there was actually great wars in the past that used weapons far more advanced than we could ever think of. Now I'm going to present the slideshow of quote-unquote evidence for this Mudflood theory. Make sure you question everything, investigate and conduct your own research for yourselves. Make sure you drop a comment down below to let me know what you think about this theory and any additional information. Anyways, make sure you like this video and share and subscribe if you're new. Please sit back and enjoy, and thanks for watching.